Welcome back to another Careful Boys, where we are very careful boys. I'm gonna put my sunglasses on for a second because saying this hurts me a little bit, but we'll be fine. What memories do you have from 2022 that you would destroy if you could?
Destroy, wow.
Never remembering.
So if you could like Men in Black.
You could just fucking...
I had a really fucking sick ass year last year.
You did?
Yeah.
You sure?
You sure about that?
Do you remember all of it?
Yeah. All 1.5 million of it.
Yeah.
Let's go. You wouldn't destroy that memory?
Oh fuck no, because it really sparked me to today.
Oh.
Like, you know, sometimes I need a little bit of pain to like push me, or else I'm just like I just coast with life.
Yeah.
And
You're talking about pegging, right?
A little pain.
But I don't see things as like regrets and like, you know, like that kind of shit. Like I just see cause and effect, and it's like, oh, I just wasn't ready and I didn't learn from, you know, and I talk about this with Had too. It's like that Luna loss and that 1.5 million. She's like, I think now you're gonna make 10 because you lost that and you're so pissed off. And I'm like, why is that? And she goes, because imagine if you kept that, you probably would have just like coasted. And I'm like, I think you're a...
That sounds kind of cool too, though. Yeah.
No, but you know, I wouldn't be happy. You know what I mean? Like,
You wouldn't be happy unless you had 10.
Yeah.
well, the coasting is because of laziness. It's
Imagine
not
he's on a
because of
paddleboard and he's just coasting.
Just palm trees. He's like, nah.
A really huge pink paddleboard.
You need 5 paddleboards.
But I was already doing that. I was already going to Hawaii and I was already doing snowboarding. I was already doing all that shit, right?
But
And then here's the thing is that once Jumbi would have opened, this is what I would have done. I would have just paid for management. I would have done all these different things, let somebody else run it. And I would have never got to learn it the way that I did now. And I unlocked so many other things by being in that position and developing. Because I would have stayed the same.
Yeah.
I would have treated that like the way I treated JK.
Do you feel like after the Luna stuff you leveled up to
1,000%. And I think I need to have a
You only
dog in
leveled
a
up for
fight.
Junbi though, so let's.
He's gonna level up for JK.
I will. But I think that was the practice. I practiced there, and then me and Bart will practice elsewhere and continuously practice elsewhere, and we'll come back here eventually.
in 2 years.
Yes, we will.
I'm campaigning for 2024, y'all.
1 year's good.
If we survive that long, that'll be so sick.
We will. We're like the roaches of YouTube.
I
Like,
know.
They just can't fucking kill us.
But they do keep on making better roach killer, which by the way, good for them.
The roach killer's getting
algorithm.
strong.
You gotta kill him. You gotta kill the roach.
Now we can't even cuss in the first 30
I'm
seconds.
telling you, they're getting so good.
Fucking bitch.
Minutes in, we're good.
You know what's really, really ironic that you say this prompt? Another terribly vulnerable moment for me. I have said twice this year, on one occasion.
This year or last year?
Oh, 2022. That there's one particular thing that I would pay up to $1,000 to erase from Nina's memory.
Nina?
Yeah, from her memory.
What was it?
And it was at my cousin's wedding this year. I fucking got wasted. It was I was best man. It was the second wedding. We already did the friends one in like fucking Mexico. We came back. We did the family one in LA.
That's the one to get fucked up for.
Yeah, the family one is hardest one, dude. It's like uncles and aunties for some reason they just get under your skin.
Too many people you know, yeah.
Yeah, and for some reason I just got triggered and I blacked out, so I don't really know.
Shit.
But the things that did flash back, or the things that were told to me that I did, and the way that I was acting, it was let's just say it went so far. And again, this is really embarrassing to admit, but you know,
I've
fucking triggered.
I've had to tell people things they did
Oh
and said,
yeah.
and I hate doing that.
like I said, I mean, I've been admitting this only because like it's there's growth to be had. That's how bad it was.
Of course.
I was like chucking things. I was like yelling at things. I was kicking shit. There was a moment where we were fucking pulled over to a hotel where like people were getting dropped off for the after party that I didn't even make it to, even though I was the best man. That's how fucked up I was. But I ran away from the car, my own car, from the hotel, and the next thing you know, like when Nina called me, I was in downtown and I was just talking to homeless people. And I was
Living la vida
fucking,
loca.
I was by the Target and Uniqlo and stuff like that. I don't go this far. I rarely get that. Bless you. I rarely get that far.
But you sound like a fun time, dude.
Yeah, he's fun.
I didn't hurt anybody, but by the time we got home,
People were worried about you.
by the time I got home, and again, Nina's the only one who has to watch and deal with it. And I think when one person has to deal with that,
Yeah, it's tough.
Were you guys married yet?
no. No, and I was chucking
I think
shit
you
at
deserve
home.
these thug life glasses.
You were chucking shit at home?
At home.
And it's just you two in the house?
Just at,
Was
yeah.
she scared? Like, oh,
No, because she knows that it wasn't at all in danger towards her, but I was just lashing out. I threw my HomePod, you know what I mean? Like actually.
what's that? You fucking rich guy?
Like a fucking speaker.
Rich guy.
Fuck's a HomePod.
Hey, were you drunk during your best man speech?
I was
drunk now.
Of course he was.
With those glasses, you look shit-faced.
Steve Buscemi and fucking wedding singer was all, the best man, the better man.
I was drunk, but I was coherent. My real best man speech was in Mexico, not for the family.
Oh, okay.
Wait, you said you were throwing stuff at your house?
Yeah.
And you said you were lashing out?
I was just chucking shit. I was yelling.
Were you just taking it out on the cats, you think?
I wasn't taking out the cats, but I will say one thing that Nina said to me the next morning when I was like sober, that like this is the reason why I was like, I wish I could delete this memory, right?
And the footage, huh? Yeah.
No, not the footage. She said, I just hope that like our future children never have to see that side of you.
That's it.
It's the worst.
Nina.
You know what's also fucking, you know what's fucking sweet about that?
Dude.
What's sweet about that is she's also saying if it happens again, she'll stay with you. She didn't say if that happens again, I'm out.
She might be meaning as a single
Hey,
dad.
Bart. Hey, your brain is fucked up.
I just said how sweet Nina was.
Am I wrong?
I just said how sweet Nina was.
Hey, that's like a contract, and she's saying it's Gucci.
You can do at least 2 more times.
You do whatever the fuck you want.
You know what I heard?
You're home free.
Brother, you went through the ticker tape chest first.
I heard you want to have children with me?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Wait, we're gonna fuck later?
Yeah, lit.
See, there's so many things later in there.
Lit.
That's like you're still gonna let me cream pie after all this bullshit that I put you through.
Hey. Hey.
See, I'm a positive man.
This is why it's difficult to share stories here.
Why? We got your back. Nina's awesome.
Nina's the best.
Moral of the story, Nina's chill as fuck, dude.
Nina wants to take cream pies. Is that that's what you're saying?
So there's nothing. Do you feel like there's anything?
Look at Bart.
No, because in my head, what I heard was Nina.
Bart.
Wait,
Nothing. I was gonna sneeze. I was about to sneeze.
wait, what's that from?
Nothing.
All right, dude.
Anthony,
Hey.
put me in timeout. I'm gonna be quiet.
That is enough. Okay,
Anthony,
boys.
Anthony, put me in timeout.
We gotta wrap it up.
You guys are just making Ryan's difficult job harder.
Yeah, I got nothing I can use.
Yeah, he can't use it. It's like censoring. It's like Patreon.
So he can't clip it. He can't talk it.
yeah, there it is.
But that's honestly, that's what I heard. I'm like, that's really cool of her. That she's like
That's why we never fight.
thinking about your household, and she's ride or die, which is awesome.
Ride or die.
Is there any positive
You want
byproducts
riders.
that came from this happening?
I literally, I chilled out on my drinking for the whole rest of the year. I never allowed myself to get to a point where I was like super drunk again.
And you made some friends with the guys from downtown.
Was it a certain mixture of drinks, or was it just excess? Like,
You know when like,
You gave some guys your shoes.
you know when there's days, not just like with alcohol, but even like working out or something, right? There's days where you just feel like you can kill it.
Yeah.
And then there's other days when there's nothing wrong with you, but you just feel tired, you can't do it. Same thing happens with like drinking. There's days where you can fucking drink and you can like just destroy everybody and be sober, right? And then there's days where you take like 2 shots and you're like, well, I'm buzzed.
I'm a tired.
You want an empty stomach? Oh. As best man, you're running around.
Every variable that contributed to whatever it made, so I just went past the line.
But you finished your responsibilities at the wedding, at least.
I finished everything, but I finished it a little dirty.
You came back with no shoes, dude.
I don't blame you, dude. I'd probably take a shot of wine cooler and start fucking the wall.
Let's go, Joe.
Let's go.
Joe's like, it's 0.3%. It's like kombucha. I'm fucked up.
That's kombucha.
Joe's like, I drank kombucha. I'm completely fucked up.
But I think
Kombucha gets me high.
I think learning that there's like really at the end of the day like no excuse. I think when you're younger you just feel invincible. You can like do stupid stuff and it's like you're forgiven. You know what I mean? Or you're just single, so you're just like, oh, that was crazy, and you kind of move on.
Yeah, it's just on you. You're like, fuck it.
But really, like, anytime you do that, you might be genuinely like making somebody else super uncomfortable or putting somebody in a difficult situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or just compromising
Without you even
yourself.
knowing. Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, it's like I can't believe I survived. The next day you're like, oh, well, that was crazy. But really, somebody had to take, like, it ruined somebody else's night. They take care of you like the whole night, and you're just like, I made it. You know, and it's very selfish. So I just feel like after that, I was like, I just need to not get to that point.
Let's just do mushrooms
So
instead.
if you could have taken back a moment from 2023 or 2022, that would have been it.
Yeah, because I couldn't take back things out of my control, like Luna or whatever. You know, I can't talk about like making the perfect bet or whatever. But like that was a choice, and that was all me. You know what I'm saying? That was all me that like really ruined other shit for other people.
So now we know you're an alcoholic that can't control your liquor.
Now we know.
No, it was a one-time thing, like I said. If you
He dialed it back. He dialed it back. He dialed it back.
you like give the whole article, Joe's like, wait, so what happened?
It even happens with OTRs.
That's right.
That's too
What's
fresh.
the prompt again?
What does it say Anthony did? No, it's not. It came
Anthony wearing shoes or?
You give it to the homeless guy. Yeah, dude. These are some cool group chats now.
Okay, now you guys riff.
Man, I'm really trying to think of one that
You don't live a regret. I want to hear your pain, fool.
Nah, man. You know what? I'll just say this: like,
Tell me how much your life sucks.
2022, I felt like I was just really lucky, bro. Like
Yeah?
these past couple years.
Oh, I hate you.
It's true though. Like I just feel like,
Great,
know,
man.
I did see.
I just feel like I'm very grateful. Like I just, there's nothing that I could think of that I'd be like, I'd take this back, and because you know, like
Answer the question.
I really don't have a thing where I'd be like, I wish this was erased from my memory.
I get it.
Sometimes you just have a killer year.
You didn't see like a family member naked or something, and you're like, I wish I could erase that.
That was in 2021, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have a
I'm in the
killer
same
year,
boat.
though.
I'm in the same boat, honestly.
And it's not like I had a killer year. Like
Didn't you already erase the memory when you took your fanny pack to turn on all the gas?
Yeah, I did. I remember that shit.
You guys ever think about erasing your happy memories? Because you know how people always want to erase your sad memories, but sometimes I'm like, let me erase the happy shit so I could do it again like the first time.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Like watching fucking Game of Thrones or something like that, and you're like, I wish I
Yeah.
could erase all that so I could start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Steve's like, that's not the prompt.
It feels good. Like,
I never want to erase my happy memories.
I do.
Alex Resurrection's like, that's not the problem.
Alex is life changing the title.
Where were you such a stickler for the prompts?
Because Alex he runs a tight
Trying to be a
ship.
better host.
Yeah, dude.
No, for me, I wouldn't change a fucking thing. Honestly, I wouldn't. I know that seems nuts to people.
Why would you ask this question and then you're like, I wouldn't change a fucking thing
See,
after
that's
I fucking confess my darkest moment of the year? Every fucking time this shit
No,
happens.
look, now you look like shit, and now we get to look golden, and it's perfect.
Literally, this show's a fucking piece of shit.
And to close, I wouldn't change a thing.
No,
The amount of times I want to just stab you.
honestly, it's one of those things too, where you go through something and you're thankful because you did, because you learned from it. And I know that says nothing.
Thanks, Pastor.
Pastor Steve, thank you.
Thanks for the sermon today.
I've never been closer to a group of people, so I thought, than my boys who, when we went through crypto hell together in 2008, my whale chat boys, you guys know who you are, a very limited group. By the way, it was cut in half. We went from like 65 people to like fucking 30 something.
Because they all fought?
Because some people never came back. I don't know where they went. But my whale chat boys are like, these boys were with me the whole time I've been in crypto, basically, other than like 2 years of like Bitcoin stuff. But yeah, I found these boys. We all found each other. We had each other's backs on top. These guys are like my brothers in this space. And going through what we went through with Luna was one of those things where we had already been through this together. So like we're already back to work the next day. Like these guys, like all of us, we're just in there like resourcefully being like, well, we know what we did before. Let's just fucking do it again. And that kind of confidence, it really is like this innate weirdness where you're like, okay, well, we know what we did before to beat the market. Like, and it's not about like, oh, you're smart on the market. It's about beating the market because like there's enough stupid people who think that Shiba Inu is gonna like go to $1. So like if you can just look deeper than that, you can win. Because you can get larger positions of something that is way cheaper and you have a bigger stake in it. And so, but it takes work to do that. And so a lot of people don't do that, but my boys do. And so we're in there working. And then this time around, I think corners having each other's backs, like all the crypto corners having each other's backs like that. Like, it was beautiful. Like, people are just like, yeah, look, we'll be back. We did this before. It was awesome. The run up was awesome. The rundown sucked. We'll be back. And so it's just one of those beautiful things where it's like, yeah, the adversity happened, but man, I'm glad it did, because I want my fucking revenge. I need it.
So what did Alex say the prompt was that you didn't answer?
What bad memories would you destroy if you could?
Yeah, you didn't.
For me, it was you talking. It's you talking.
Is that right? Yeah, all 2022.
All of it, yeah.
You know, me and Ryan saved your ass. You were the worst host last year. Oh, I'm sorry. We're friends. Camera's on.
Like we got reviewed.
Wait, we got.
Hey, the review's are in, dude.
We got
We got
ranked
reviewed?
Hot show.
You were the rotten tomato of the group.
by the same critic that reviewed your high school shows.
Well, he was generous then.
Reviews are in.
Is no one really gonna answer this fucking prompt?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you. But other than that, is anybody else gonna?
I guess for me, last year's pretty crazy. Like, I found out my kid had seizures, and then my dad passed in the craziest way possible. But I think, like Steve, like Joe, I think what all brings us together is like the way we view things. So when shit's fucking crazy, I think it's like our immediate thing, like, what's the lesson? How do we get constructive from this? And one thing that, like, even what me and Jill were talking about was we already felt like we were a really like tight couple, and we had really great teamwork, and that's what we wanted to establish before we had a kid. And when we had a kid, in having like these things happen in 1 year, we bonded even more than we thought we ever could, which is crazy, because like the minute your kid has like any type of like ailment, you know, like the amount of like doctors we go through, we find health insurance, all that stuff, like the amount of teamwork that happens is pretty crazy, and it's really intensive. And then the amount of like coordination, and like how I still come here every 2 weeks, so we have to figure out how we get all that stuff done while still seeing family. But like none of us ever had an attitude of like, oh fuck, this is too much shit, you know? It was like, no, we fucking got this. This is fucking easy. Taika will be with you, then Taika will be with me. I'll go over here, we'll go over here, and it just felt like with us together, anything's possible. Like anything can be accomplished. And so even when the weekend, when like my dad passed, Jill was like, no, for sure, you're going to LA early. You're gonna be with your mom. I'm like, okay, cool, I got this. I'm like, who's like, what about Taika's school in the situation? She got all that house. Like, don't even worry about everything over here. We got this shit covered. So it was just really, really cool to like, through some pretty crazy things and almost like once in a lifetime things that both happened in the same year, we were able to combine together. So I guess like, if we didn't have the positive attitude, we would want to erase those things. But those things also made like kind of prove to us how strong we are together, and also what we're able to do with each other.
And what a sad little man Anthony is, because he needs to forget something. That's what I got.
Fuck.
I could talk about the great things I did like you did right now, but I would just overshadow you with all my stuff.
Okay, I think go for it. Go for it.
The biggest regrets, I think the biggest regrets that I have to erase in 2022 will be eating at Circus Circus.
What?
I'd erase that too.
I would erase that.
That's probably kind of good.
That guy didn't even know if it was beef.
It was bad. It was bad.
That's his sense of humor.
I was like, what is this beef? He goes, something like that.
That was the most
I'm like, what
lackluster
the
meal
fuck
of
is that?
2022.
Yeah, that was bad.
He said it's
bad.
It was a lackluster meal.
I like the food.
Fun time.
The food, the fun, it was great.
The only time you had to play crap.
Jesse didn't like
When I heard you ungrateful fucks complaining about it, I said, let me take that shit away because you don't deserve it.
Let me delete this fucking
memory. I want to erase
Delete it.
Hey,
delete it.
Hey, let me be Anthony in 2022. I lost a shoe. Who gives a fuck?
No, Steve, we made a shoe.
I thought you lost it.
Get me out of here, dude. I don't want to be part of the show anymore, okay? I can't take it. You just launched the shoe. How do we end the video now?
We still had 2 minutes left. A minute left. Anthony, top it.
And, I can overshadow you.
Expected better comedy than that. I don't know. But I guess that's why this channel's dying.
You can't do physical comedy?
Hey, don't blame JK. That's a Steve attack.
Oh, you know what I would fucking erase from my brain?
Yeah.
Watching fucking Two Girls, One Cup.
No, you can't.
It was fun. It was a fun bonding moment. That was fun.
That's what brought you into the next year.
I've never felt Bart hug me so hard.
Now we're all on the same page. We were before.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
See, every memory, there's something that good that comes from it, you know?
By the way, I watch other things around the YouTubes.
Yeah.
other people all of a sudden started watching 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Really?
After we did it.
Interesting.
We're influencers.
Interesting.
We're starting a new trend.
Feels
I'm
like.
just saying. There's people who don't admit they watch JK, which I can't blame them for. But they obviously.
Name the channels. Who was it, dude?
God, I can't remember off the top of my head.
You know what's
I feel
funny?
viral.
You know how we made a joke about Captain Planet and if they were like this and whatever? I've seen some other people make the same
are they?
joke.
I'm telling you.
What did we say?
People's is watching. People's is copping. People's ain't crediting.
All I remember about Captain Planet was Anthony saying he dressed up as him and got all these like props. Sick.
I did get props. I hope Ken deletes this video though.
What a nerd.
What? The whole thing?
Hey, you know what, Anthony?
I mean, he'll do
the
it.
boys won't say it, but I'll say it. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, that was seriously cool. Hey, remember when you talked about midget chucking? That was my favorite moment.
Not on the white suit.
Oh no!